I refuse to turn it off, so we're casting Funkcraft at this point. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Funkcraft, and I bring you the one and only TeamAcer.Nerchio. He is in the purple trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the north of the Antigua shipyard. Ow! Versus his opponent, Empire.Kas. He is in the blue trunks, and he is playing Terror to the east. Oh, yeah. It's good. What do we want? I'm sorry, I refuse to end this track. It's too good. Whatever the case, Kas sacrifices every marine known to man. The entire Terran Confederacy is dead. The women, the children, they were in those marine suits at the end. They ran out of soldiers. Thankfully, there were tanks. Good God. That was a massacre. But Kas holds on to it regardless. His production was just too good. Yes, Nerchio was not able to crack him. I suppose that's what happens when you get 5,000 planetary fortresses on the field. It's a reasonably good replacement for actually having troops. Okay, Kas going with the standard wall-off right here on Antigua. IC Cup version of Antigua Shipyard, incidentally. Nerchio going to go for the hatch first. Very, very standard against Terran. Nothing really wrong with that. Finery coming up here for Kas as well, so we might see a little bit of early game aggression. He's not going to go for anything gasless or anything nonsense like that. We'll see. It's not going to be his ridiculous 4 barracks build. It's going to be scouted very, very quickly by Nerchio here. He'll get in, and he's going to see gas. It's a useful bit of information. Should indicate that his opponent is not expanding quite as quickly as he otherwise could have. His economy is not going to be quite as good in terms of the amount of minerals that he has. Alright. Nerchio is building the coolest spawning pool known to man. Oh yeah. It's like every other spawning pool, but it has speakers inside. As you can see, the drone is dancing, keeping the beats going. You know, if I was to make a Starcraft-themed nightclub, I would have these things on the walls, and they would be constantly pulsing different colors. It'd be the best thing in the world. Alright, Kas redeploying. The question is, what is he going to do with it? Factory's on the way. He's got 1 gas. Alright, folks, we'll get back to Starcraft music now. There you go. Let's see, reactor. Okay. Timing's pretty good. It's a little late. We'll see. Could just be reactor Hellion. Could, of course, be Hellion and reacted Marines, but reactor Hellion would make more sense, I believe, at this stage. Expansion will be coming right about now. Oh, yes. Kas not mining any gas. Interesting. I'm planning on building a starport anytime soon then, I guess. Or indeed an engineering bay or anything along those lines. See how Nerchio does it. I mean, Kas really did grind him into the dust there, and he played very, very well. Kas is such a fantastic player in terms of his macro. Wow. Incredibly good. The spawning pool is now down for Nerchio, of course. He's working on the metabolic boost. Not really building any lings. He doesn't actually need to. Cool lings moving to scout. They see the timing of the command center. Don't really see anything else. And actually, that's the little force coming in this direction. That's going to force Nerchio potentially to build some units. Admittedly, that spine crawler should be able to hold, especially with 2 injured Marines. They're going to die in a single stab each. There you go. He can be able to. No, he decides to back off. It's like he could have slipped around there, but he can actually still slip around there. He can easily go here. But another building is going to be placed with this drone to prevent that from happening. Nerchio already sees the weakness in his battle station. So I want to let any loose proton torpedoes through that. There, Roach one coming down. He has to slide his way in there. And it could take out a queen here, but Nerchio's not going to allow that to happen, certainly. He wants to shut down this harassment. Second Hellion moving in. A little bit of good damage coming in. He's going to force cancel on the Roach Warren, but he's going to be surrounded and destroyed very, very rapidly here if he's not careful. Let's see how good his control is. Marines holding on for as long as they can. Oh, he slides the second Hellion in there. Ooh, it's greased up, but it's not quite enough, I'm afraid, and the Roach Warren is going to complete. Nice positioning there by Nerchio. Good, solid defense. Kas not really able to do too much. Lings on the way for a little bit of a counter-attack. 2 Hellions moving in to clean them up, though. And those Lings are already injured, so there's no chance. It's not going to happen. 2 more barracks going to back it up here for Empire.Kas. Nerchio in a pretty decent position at the moment. he is going to have to expand, and as such, he takes his third. Problem with taking the third at this stage, of course, is it's pretty difficult to deal with, especially with Hellions there. He can't extend his creep. He hasn't been able to do that at all so far. So the third is going to be vulnerable to drops. It's going to be vulnerable just to straight-up pushing and, of course, sieges. There is no siege tech available yet. In fact, he's, interestingly enough, still building a reactor on that factory, which indicates to, well, there's a couple of possibilities. It's well away from the starport, so I don't know, it's there. So it might be for a swap around there. It would make sense, I feel. Building it there and just relying purely on a Bioforce. But then again, he could still be producing Hellions. We'll find out. Roaches are on the field, though, so Hellions are pretty much shut down for the moment. Aside from some sneaky little run-bys. Let's see if he goes for a swap around. He's not going to do that yet. May decide to just add a couple more Hellions into the mix. Well, that Ling should... Well, it actually gets through. You know, that Ling looks really, really panicked. Mostly because it's on fire. It'll be shut down as soon as it tries to enter this base, admittedly, but doesn't really gain too much useful information. A couple of roaches able to scare off those Hellions without too much of a problem here. Economic advantage, well, it's fairly equal at this point, as you can see. At least it was fairly equal until that latest round of drones came out. Baneling Nest on the way up as well, and pretty late lair tech here from Nerchio, deciding to go with both of the Tech 1 units before he decided to advance here. And it's time for Empire.Kas to start bringing in some drop play, and Banelings and Roaches are against him, so this could end up being not quite as effective as he would like. Creep spread is starting to happen slowly but surely. And here comes the drop, and let's see how much damage can really be done here. Taking out a spawning pool would be ideal, but he's not going to be able to do that, I don't think. Actually, never mind. There's no army on the field here for Nerchio. That's actually caught him completely off guard. So yeah, he could very easily take that spawning pool or take out the Baneling Nest. Both of these would be very, very good indeed, and he's not really focusing on either of them at the minute. He wants to try and take out that Overlord, but is unlucky, and wow, that drop could have been so much more effective than it was. There was no army to stop that from happening. There are now 10 Roaches on the field, so that's been shut down, but Kas lost an opportunity there. I think he got a little bit... not so much sidetracked, but he didn't decide what building he wanted to take out. He could have killed the spawning pool, which would have been great. Killing the spawning pool, of course, means you can then kill queens, and queens can't come back. Limits the number of lings that can come out, all sorts of nonsense there. Of course, kill the Baneling Nest, but nope, neither of those happened. Kas did some damage, but it wasn't anywhere near as good as I would have liked to have seen from him, honestly. I mean, 4 workers killed there by Kas. Not ideal. A couple of roaches here taken out the center without too much of a problem. Right now, here we go. We've got more and more lava injecting going on. More and more drones on the way, and more roaches as well. So, Roachling is the composition for the moment, and this drop's going to be significantly more dangerous. However, there are Banelings on the way, and there's only 2 Marauders in that force. Meantime, it's a multi-drop. We got dropped down to the bottom right here. I would like to see that Queen taken out, but I think that's actually going to happen, and Kas needs to get out of there almost immediately. And there's the drop. My god, this is a three-pronged attack here. Double drop into the back, even a Hellion in the mix to make that even more unpleasant. That's going to be difficult to deal with. Then you've got this push down to the bottom here. Unless that drop actually got cleaned up, it didn't. There's the Baneling detonation. Down goes the spawning pool this time around. Baneling splash against that force here. Empire.Kas perhaps not able to control all 3 drops simultaneously, but this force is nasty. Another Queen taken out. Empire.Kas with great drop play right here. Very nice indeed. Single Marauder. It's fighting, folks. It ain't giving up. Live to win. Unfortunately, that medevac's going to die, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate, in fact. And eventually the Marauder will be destroyed, but my god, the amount of damage that's been done by this drop. Very, very crazy indeed. It's going to finally get cleaned up. 17 workers killed, a spawning pool destroyed, a queen assassinated. My god, it's like the plot of the next Game of Thrones. Well, there you go, folks. And that's a 3rd taken as well. Kas is looking in an amazing position. How good is Empire.Kas? So very good. Amazing play here by Kas. Really, really good. But here comes his kryptonite in the form of pathogen glands. Please, Empire.Kas, don't kill any more Marines. Let's see how he does. Quick drop right here. Nerchio looking to try and take that out. It's going to be easily surrounded and destroyed. You ain't getting out of there alive, Sonny Jim. Well, that roach isn't. He was the sacrificial lamb for the lot. The rest are able to get away thanks to roach speed and some exceptional creep. And Nerchio gives it up. GG. 2-0 sweep. Was anyone expecting that? Nerchio is out of the tournament. Well, well, well. Well, he's not out of the tournament. He could actually be... He's in the bronze match, but he is out of the running for first place. And unfortunately, apparently, he can't play the third-place match tomorrow, so yeah, they're looking to perhaps reschedule that if possible, but Empire.Kas, so good! 2-0 defeat of Nerchio, considered to be one of the favorites in this tournament, powers his way through, and now will face either Tarson in a TVT, irresistible force versus a movable object there, I feel, or Mana. That's some scary stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you go. You're watching the Twitch TV Invitational. It's brought to you by Twitch TV, Playhem, and the one and only Thermaltake Esports. I'll run some music while we wait for this game, and I'll be right back as quickly as I can.